guys. It's late September and I'm out on a local area close to my house. Heading out after some crappie and some panfish today. Hopefully we can get into some schooling fish. You know, fall can be one of the most exciting time of the open water season to get after panfish because they're schooling up over these deep basins as the water starts to cool down. It can really be a good time to get out in the kayak and drift over these holes and channels and deep spots with the XLR and locate these schooled up panfish and really get into some nice fish. Today I'm going to be using my Jason Mitchell 7-foot medium light rod and a 5-foot ultralight rod with both have Shimano reels on them. And I'm going to be fishing with a lot of the same gear that I fish with through the ice forum. Tungsten jigs with Mackie plastics. I might try some hair jigs that I've tied myself, some small bucktails, some tubes. And try a variety of things and see what I can get some fish on. And we'll go from there. Hopefully we get some good footage for you today and put together another journal. What I'm doing today, guys, is very similar to what I would do during the ice fishing season, except there's no ice and I'm drifting, but I'm using all the same gear. The jig I'm using here is a 12mm. It's a tungsten jig. It's got a white Mackie from Mackie plastic on it, and I'm jigging that pretty much the same way I would if I was ice fishing. I'm just dropping it down there. I'm using the XLR to locate the fish. Dropping it down there and just adjusting my cadence until I figure out what it is that's going to trigger a strike from these fish. One good thing about drifting is that I don't have to worry about finding schools of fish because I'm always drifting over them. One drawback of drifting in the kayak is that once I find a school of fish, it can be a little more difficult to stay on top of them. Unlike ice fishing, we can stay there until they stop biting. Can't get any GoPro today because I left the Wi-Fi turned on and it drained the battery dead, so I'll do the best I can with this and see if I can't put something together and get some fish. I got a couple nice bluegill and one decent crappie and some really small crappie on my first drift, and I'm just beginning my second drift now, and I'm going to see if I can't drift across, get some more fish, see if I can't put a video together for you guys. There's a fish, not a very big one. Tiny bluegill. Probably shouldn't have even shown you that. You know, because I'm drifting, when I get out into the wind, sometimes I'm drifting too fast to use the XLR to see what I'm doing like I would if I was ice fishing. And I have to rely on the bottom and guesswork, but at least as I drift over them, the XLR is telling me where I should be, so I might not be able to see my jig, but it's easy enough to determine where my jig is if I just drop it to the bottom and raise it up off the bottom, or sometimes counting. I can count as my jig sinks and I know roughly where it is in the water column, so I can get it, you know, in the area of those fish as I drift over them. Little guy. Might be a bluegill. Bluegill will swim in circles. Bluegill and the pumpkin seed and the sunfish. Yeah. See, this is a result of people keeping too many fish. There's a lot of these little guys. There's a nice school of fish down there right now. fishing in about 13 to 15 feet of water. And as I drift across this channel, I will drift over 20 and 25 feet of water. This is a man-made water body. It was once all farmland with a river running down the middle of it. And they dammed up one end and created this reservoir. So underneath the water here, what used to be the shoreline, is a lot of stumps, and the old riverbed makes a really nice channel. It's narrow, so the water, there's always a flow coming through here, so there is a little bit of current. And there are all kinds of structure around. There's an old foundation just up from here, and a brush pile, and tons of really, really neat structure for these fish to hold in when it's structure that they want. And like now, when they're suspending over these deep areas, that channel is just a perfect place to target them. There's another fish. Crappie. Fishing in a place called the Bellamy Reservoir. There are some big fish in here, but it gets a lot of pressure, especially in the wintertime. A lot of ice fishing pressure. A lot of people that catch, 16, 17-inch fish, and they keep every one of those that they catch. It's kind of too bad, because it takes them a long time to get that big. You take them out of here, and then that's it. You'll never catch that fish again. I love to eat fish, and I'm all about keeping some fish for the fryer, but I'm all about conservation as well. And I think we need to leave some of those bigger fish. I think it creates a better fishery overall if we put some of those big fish back. Take home some of the eater size, which are like those 8-inch crappie are the best tasting ones anyway. But I have to say, there was a time in my life when I didn't know any better either, and I took every fish I caught within my limit, big or small, and kept them all and ate them all. And was impressed by pictures of, a limit of crappie all laid out on a piece of plywood or something like that. And it's impressive. I mean, it's great to be able to go out and catch 25 fish. That's 25 fish gone from the resource. So I've been trying to put back a lot of what I catch and only keep what I know I'm going to eat right off. And I'm not really one for stocking my freezer anymore. There are too many fish that can be caught at any given time of the year, so there's never a shortage of fish to catch. Fish. Yeah, there's a school of small crappie down there. Fish are just about 2 feet down below the surface. Not been very big today. I caught some giant bluegill in here in pumpkin seed last winter. I know they're here.